Good morning. Good morning. It is 2:48 a.m. I am on my way to the gym right now, and I want to talk about how there's different types of hurt. There's different types of hurt. There's different types of pain, and when you're aware that people have different types of pain and different types of hurt, that it allows you to have empathy. See, one thing that I feel like God didn't give me a whole lot of is empathy, And somebody asked me why you don't have any empathy? Why is it hard for you to understand what somebody else is going through? And I said, because I don't recall, and I said this, I think I said this very fast and haphazardly without thinking, because now that I think about it, I don't think it's true. But I said, because I never really experienced anybody having sympathy for me. And what I forgot was God had a lot of sympathy for me. He had a lot of empathy for me. He had a lot of love for me. He understood what was going on with me, which is why I wasn't able to self-destruct to the point of death. So when I started thinking about the different levels and types of pain out there, it allowed me to have a measure of empathy for everybody in this world. I see people who spend their days all day working and toiling, never really getting anywhere, just working and toiling. And the way they would go about it you would almost assume that they had 10 lifetimes that they were able to live, because they were moving about without anything closely resembling a promise from God in their life. Please tell me that this 80 years that we're going to be on this planet, if you get 80, isn't going to be spent just working and toiling. Well, if you worked and toiled, what did you leave? What was it for? And you see people sad. You see people unhappy. You see people in dire needs. Right? You have all these different scenarios and situations of people unhappy. And when we think of unhappy, or when we think of people hurt or in pain, we think of something physical, or we think of something monetary. Never knowing that people are in pain because things are in disarray over family, things aren't right in their own mind, or some people just don't know how. They've never celebrated happiness. When I first went to this real estate brokerage that I'm at, there was this book called Light Side of the Dark Chasers by Gail Hendricks. And what she was talking about was our abilities to only absorb so much happiness in our life before we do something that's self-destructive, that takes us back down to a level of pain that we're used to. And when we go back down to that level of pain, it's because that's where we're used to being at. Anything above that, we can't handle. So I want you to consider something. Consider the fact that all levels of pain aren't the same. Or even consider the fact that even though all levels of pain ain't the same, how people deal with it aren't the same either. And there's going to be a point where you can have empathy for everybody, because the pain that they're dealing with is different. But I believe there's a lot of people in pain who really deserve our empathy. Because I'm pretty sure if they knew how to get out of the pain, who would want to stay in it?